Hi everyone, Faraz from FreshBooks here. I'm sitting beside Jim Hopkinson, author of Salary Tutor, and also he's the man behind thehopkinsonreport.com. So Jim gave an awesome talk today at South by Southwest on the topic of pricing. The talk is called "How Much Should I Charge?" Again, it's a problem that plagues a lot of up-and-coming, the people who want to make a living on their own, and small business owners and freelancers all together. So Jim, thank you so much for joining us.
Thanks for having me.
Okay, Jim. So, one of the first things that you spoke about today in the talk was the importance of research.
Exactly.
And how researching, on the web or through whatever medium is super important to trying to see what others in that same field are charging. How do you actually think small businesses should go about and do this research? And are there any resources online that they can use?
Sure. I feel like people don't do enough research. Like if you're a new graphic designer, you're getting into the field and you have that question, how much should I charge? Like, take a day, take 10 hours and just hit Google and just blog and just find. It's not always easy to find, but there's always like custom niches where people have written things that are going to help you. And so you could break it into three categories. So one could be blogs and normal websites. So either industry-related blogs or something like Glassdoor or Payscale or Salary.com are all places where you can get rates. The second is your social network. So go through Facebook, talk to friends. What did they pay for their web design or for their logo or for their video that they did? And then the third thing would be industry sources, whether it's a conference like this or industry get-togethers or meetup groups. Ask other people in your industry what they're charging for their rates.
Okay, so Jim, lots of small business owners, freelancers, they're sitting with their prospective client, and there's this big elephant in the room, right? The elephant in the room is, of course, pricing. At what point in the quoting process should the topic of pricing even be brought up?
Well, I think it's different for every person, and you want to adjust it based on your personality. But I think, as an example, my friend Kelly has a design firm, and her rule is never discuss pricing in the first meeting. And what that does is a couple things. First of all, it gets you out of the moment, right? You're all excited, you're talking, and you don't want to misquote something. Maybe you want to take that time to step away from the problem and go back to your notes and really look at the project. How long is it going to take, and what is it going to take to get this done? And then the second thing is you can come back to them with a more formal-looking document that's going to make you look better and really put a formal proposal to them.
So in your talk today, Jim, you brought up this notion of going pro. So just explain a little bit to our audience what going pro means and what steps one can take to quote-unquote go pro.
I think a lot of it comes down to the image that you want to portray. So you might actually be someone working part-time in a coffee shop with a hoodie, but you want to come across as professional, and that's going to let you charge more and come across with that professional image. And a lot of that starts with design. And it could be having a professional headshot that you have on your LinkedIn page, that you have on your About Me page on your website, but also your portfolio. Maybe you design a logo, you have a business card, you have a website, the invoice that you send. You have everything is consistent across your brand, and so when your customer gets that information, they look like, wow, this person really has their stuff together, and it just helps them sync up that what you're charging, you are professional, and it gives you that professional image.
Okay, Jim, thank you again so much for joining us. Really appreciate you taking the time to be with us today. So tell us, where can people learn more? Where can our audience learn more about Jim Hopkinson?
Well, they can see my blog at thehopkinsonreport.com, and my salary information is at salarytutor.com. And what I have there is you can learn about the book, you can read a bunch of articles that I've written, but what I'm most excited about, they're talking a lot about here at South by, is online learning. So the ability to learn at your own pace from anywhere in the world about any topic. And so I just did a pretty cool course that's got professional video and improv trained actors, and so I'm excited about that course, and they can find that at salarytutor.com as well.